when was the first church actually? When did the first church come to existence?
What does that mean?
When Jesus came on, there was no church before him, mate.
No, there was churches. That's what a synagogue is, a
Before
gathering
Jesus?
place. What is a
Before
church?
Jesus?
Yeah, a church is a gathering place. It's a congregation. Ecclesia
But
is a
was there
congregation.
baptisms too?
John the Baptist was performing baptisms,
Yeah.
and before
No,
that there were mikvehs.
before Jesus came.
Yeah.
Yes, there were mikvehs. There was probably an innovation on the mikveh. Ritual
So you're
cleansing.
telling me there was church baptisms before Jesus came? So you're saying Old Testaments even practiced it?
Yes.
No, first of all,
Yes, I think
again,
so.
a church is a
Someone saying
congregation.
yes, and the other one
A
saying
church
no.
is a congregation, and they were gathered under the house of Israel.
Yeah, but Jesus didn't establish his church until he came, mate.
Yeah, that would be a different church under a new covenant. Yeah, we know that.
Is that according to Mormonism?
No, that's according to Paul.
Because Christians don't believe that.
Christians don't believe that a new covenant was established. Why do you think it's called the New Testament?
They don't believe that baptisms and churches were around before in the Old Testament, where Mormons do.
Okay.
Because the church
No,
was
first of all,
established.
no.
in,
Again, you're kind of you're equivocating on what a church is.
well, it's a church where you congregate and worship, isn't it?
So then Moses had a church.
Yeah, but it wasn't established as a church, was it?
Well, you just defined church, and now you're changing the definition of church.
Oh my goodness! No, now here we
Again,
go.
an ecclesia, which is the word for church, is a congregation or a gathering.
For
Yes,
what?
there were gatherings. That's why they had synagogue.
Yeah. But
Okay, do you wanna
it
see-
wasn't established as a church. Their name.
No, again, you're equivocating on church. Again, before that they were under the
When
law of
Jesus
Moses.
came, what
They
did
were
he
under the
say?
law of
He
Moses
wanted-
before that.
When Jesus came to the earth, what did he want to establish?
He established a new covenant, and he established
The church.
more
He
congregations.
established the church.
He established congregations, yes, and he
Oh,
established a new organization under a new covenant. Yes, that's what Paul describes.
Hey, can you see these images on the top of the screen? Do you see how there's some water, this baptismal font with water on top of these statues of oxen? Do you see that, my good sir?
Are you? I don't know. I assume you're talking to JR.
The British gentleman. JR.
The British? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if we look at 1 Kings 7:23, then he made the molten sea, okay, something with water, right? See? It was round and 10 cubits brim to brim. So we know it wasn't an actual lake or ocean if it was only 10 cubits. It was 5 cubits high. Okay, so this is a big tub. This is like a hot tub, okay? 30 cubits would encircle it completely. Under its brim were gourds all around it, each 10 cubits surrounding the sea, and there were 2 rows of gourds cast, and it was cast. It stood on 12 oxen, just like what we looked at here. And what's interesting, 3 facing north, 3 facing west, 3 facing south, 3 facing east, and the sea was set on them. This sea that was a few cubits high, a few cubits wide, exactly as we have in our temples. So why do you think this temple, that they had this baptismal font, this font of water, and that it was here in the Bible resting on the backs of 12 oxen, just as we have represented here? What do you think it was used
but
for
what
if
do
it
you
wasn't
use-
used for baptism?
What do you use that for?
Well, either they were baptizing in it, or is it an extremely expensive tub?
But you can't baptize anyone because you know what baptism was for, eh?
So you agree that baptism took place in the Old Testament?
No, I don't. I don't believe it at all.
Well, then what did we
I
just
don't
read?
think it ever did.
JR, do you know what a mikveh is?
No.
Okay, then I don't know if we should be having this discussion. They're ritual cleansing. And it's done by immersion too.
Yeah, but it was never established because only John the Baptist established.
No, it was established. It was actually a long-standing practice. Mikvehs were practiced for a very long
You show
time.
me where in the Bible that it says that.
Right here, I
It
just
doesn't
showed you.
have to be in the Bible.
Is that in the Bible?
Yeah, this is
It wouldn't
1
have to
Kings
be in the-
chapter 7. You can see the reference up here.
And it said it was for baptism.
No, it doesn't say
doesn't
the word
have-
baptism.
So where do we get that?
Okay, so if we have a large tub resting on the back of oxen, then what do you think it was used for? And we also know that John the Baptist, so if he's already baptizing, because we don't see the word baptism in the Old Testament, you're assuming John the Baptist invented it.